Today I'm heading to Pakse, so I'm catching the plane, about a 1.5 hour flight. Yeah, that leaves at 3:30, so just packing up, ready to leave. Been a good hotel, this one, the S Park Hotel. My only thing is it's a bit out the way. Just on the hunt for an ATM or a currency exchange. Seems a lot hotter down here further south I get, than, especially a lot hotter than Wat Pho. Like, been sweating a bit. I think it's only gonna get hotter the south where I go. So I've arrived to my hotel here in Pakse. It's the Champasak Palace Hotel. Cost me 87 Australian dollars for 2 nights, and it's pretty freaking cool. Anyway, on a more disappointing note, yeah, pretty much I put my debit card in an ATM back in Vientiane. Pretty much sucked it up and didn't return it. There was no staff really working because it is a Sunday. There was a currency exchange open. It was an ATM on the back of a bank. There was like one staff member, but she said they couldn't get like the technicians in until like Monday, so and I had to catch his flights. I haven't been able to get in contact with the bank as well. The plan that I got with my SIM, I think it's data only, so calls haven't been working. Yeah, so I'm in a bit of a pickle at the moment. This hotel, but it's pretty freaking good, especially for $40 a night. Give you a bit of a tour. It's actually so cool. It's like an actual palace. Like, look at, I don't know if you can tell, but this room is freaking huge. It's actually brightened my day a bit. I'm actually so thirsty. I haven't been buying anything because like I've got like 20,000 kip left, but this is like the view. Open this door. And then, look, it's like a freaking palace. Got the Mekong River. Reminds me of something you'd see in like India or something. Pretty cool. I'm actually in a fair bit of trouble. I don't think my other card will work at ATMs. I've tried it before, it hasn't been working. I've got like no money. I'll try and sort this shit out. So I'm actually in all sorts at the moment. This is all the money I've got. That's like, what's that, 41,000 kip. So that's like enough to buy a meal and like a bottle of water. But I've got like 400,000 Indonesian rupiah, which is about $40 US, but other than that, thankfully breakfast is included. Can't really buy any food. I've got these like biscuits. Gonna be a bit of a challenge. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I found like 3 different ATMs here. Hopefully they accept my FPOS card, or else I'm fucked. So I was unsuccessful there looking for an ATM. Well, I found about 5, but none of them accepted my card, and yeah, it's actually getting pretty real. Like, I just bought a bottle of water. I was counting down how many more I can buy with my money. Lucky I've got the buffet breakfast included. The tactic is, it's kind of like survival mode. Like, my tactic is to just literally just fill up as much as possible, but this is literally what I'm having for dinner. A pack of biscuits. I don't know what I'm gonna do, especially when this accommodation runs out in 2 nights. Sweating my cunt off at the moment. There's probably mosquitoes in here. Got this big ass freaking palace to myself. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to vlog anything tomorrow or what. I'll see you then.
The next morning.
Welcome back to the Povo vlogs. So I've got a bit of an update. I set up a Western Union account and it seems like I'm onto something. So pretty much I transferred money from my bank account, and that cash is available at a Western Union branch, and there's one here in Pakse. Yeah, I transferred like 500 Australian. Think that's gonna work. But then again, I don't know how I'm gonna book accommodation and like flights, things that are online. What I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do is with that 500 just like stay like a week or however long it will take for my debit card to get delivered to that location. Yeah, update. Or breakfast is on. I've got breakfast included. The plan there is to pretty much eat until I'm sick, because I'm probably not going to be able to eat again till tomorrow's breakfast, which is my last breakfast. In terms of supplies, I've got about 200 mils of water. Got like maybe 6 packets of these biscuits. So I've got to go to this breakfast before it closes, because I'm actually so excited I get to eat like legit. I had biscuits for breakfast, so just filled my belly up a little bit. Had like a banana pancake, a noodle soup. The Western Union's like a 15-minute walk. Yeah, I'm excited to have some cash again, and hopefully it all goes well. What I've noticed since being in Pakse is it's considerably a lot hotter than especially up north in like Luang Prabang. It's supposed to reach about 34 degrees. Yeah, you can definitely notice the difference the further south you travel. You just come along this cool little temple along the way to the Western Union. One thing about Pakse is there's not a whole bunch of tourists, so a lot of these places are not big attractions. And that was a successful Western Union visit. Got my 500 Australian in kip. I always wondered what those Western Unions, those little yellow and black signs were, what Western Union was. Finally got my kip. Thankful for Western Union. I'm back on track, but Now all I really need is a debit card so I can purchase things online, but it's good to be back in business. So Pakse is actually quite a busy town from what it looks like. Looks like it's a more busy town than the capital Vientiane. There's quite a lot going on here. Just stopped off there at a cafe. I got an iced matcha and an iced coffee and some like dumplings. Now the plan is I really want to get a haircut. Then I might start looking at some of the sites here in Pakse. So I think I can use PayPal to pay for things online. I've never done it before. I've always used a debit card, but I have a PayPal account, so I think that should work. So I'm going to rely on Western Union and PayPal to get me through the rest of this trip, I guess. Unless I get the debit card in the meantime. So tuk-tuk ride cost me 30,000 kit there. Yeah, so this place is called Wat Pho Saleo. I actually have to walk up here. It's a big walk. These are some steep ass stairs. So I just made up those stairs. That's a lot harder than it looks. I think I'm only halfway there. Man, I'm absolutely sweating me cunt off here. Got a bunch more stairs. Oh, so I finally made it up. That is a lot harder than I thought it'd be. Absolutely sweating me cunt off. Pretty sure I'm the only one up here. But this view, yeah, this is worth it. You've got the airport down there, the Mekong River, the mountains, and this big ass Buddha. It'd be a mad spot to fly the drone, but because the airport is just down there, I think might be banned or the drone won't work. Anyway, I knew I should have bought water on the way down. There's a bunch of like places to get water, but if you come here, definitely buy water on the way up and know that it's a pretty hard hike, especially how hot it is here. Had a nice little drone flying session. Did work, but there was like a 60-meter altitude, and it looks like there's some water up here, so thank God. Behind me there's a bunch of smaller Buddhas. It's quite cool up here. There's like no one here, so it's pretty sick. So I got me water, and here's a bunch of Buddhas. What's funny is these two are here. These ones just don't give a damn. They're just sleeping. Laid back. So this Buddha behind me is about to roll out some dough for some pizza. Wow, this is actually pretty impressive. You look at the colors and like, I know, just the materials and the craftsmanship that goes into this. Sometimes you don't really appreciate these things, but when you really just take a good look at it, and it's quite impressive. This place is bloody epic. I've seen one other tourist here, but so peaceful, quiet. Be good at sunset. Yeah, so this was definitely worth the hike. Pretty incredible, and get to check out this massive golden Buddha. Anyway, next stop is a place called Wat Pho, which is like another one of the main temples here. One thing about these smaller towns is the tuk-tuks are quite scarce. They're harder to come by, so because Pakse, it's not quite a touristy area. It's more of just a stop-off zone. A lot of the backpackers skip it and then they head down further south to a spot called 4,000 Islands, Don Det. So where I was just at was probably Pakse's biggest sort of tourist attraction, and unlike most tourist attractions, there's not many tuk-tuks waiting out the front calling you. Probably gonna have to find one on the side of the road. So I've been looking for a tuk-tuk for about 15 minutes now, no luck. It's a lot harder than most busier touristy areas, but the hunt will continue. Right now I'm in Friendship Mall. This is supposed to be one of 3 places where there's actually a movie cinema here in Laos. It's really nice and air conditioned. So there's 3 levels to this mall. Need a haircut now. I also need to get that SIM card that lets me call people. By the way, the tuk-tuk I got was pretty interesting. It was like a 1-person carriage one. It charged me 50,000 for the day. Also, I'm going to Wat Pho after, so good value there. So right now I'm at Wat Pho. Not much tourists here, as you know, Pakse. Apparently monks actually live here as well. So as you can probably see behind me there, you can see the monks' robes, I guess you'd call them. The nice orangish, reddish robes they wear. This must be like houses they live right by the Mekong River. So made it back to the crib, the palace. Had a successful outing there, got my money thanks to Western Union if you want to sponsor this, I can talk about how helpful you've been to me. Yeah, in terms of things to do here in Pakse, they're probably the two main things. Definitely the most impressive was that first temple, Big Buddha, I don't know its name. Yeah, I'm definitely grateful I've got money again. Yeah, things always seem to work out in the end, so you can't stress at the time. It might be stressful at the time, but if there's a lesson to learn from this, have 2 debit cards. Western Union will sort you out, and try and cancel your card as soon as possible. Also use an ATM that's attached to a bank, and if you're withdrawing money, try not to do it on a Sunday. Always try and do it when it's staffed hours, and make sure, like, if you've got a MasterCard, it has like a MasterCard logo, so you know MasterCard is accepted at that bank. Yeah, Pakse is a pretty quiet town, so I'm probably gonna chill for a bit. Glad I've got water, I'm fed, so I'll catch you when I do. Still need a haircut. Lunch, SIM card, SD card, haircut. Let's go. So the mission was unsuccessful there. I only ended up getting lunch. Literally walked around for almost like 2 hours looking for a damn barber shop. Couldn't find one. So still got the long ass hair, and still haven't booked accommodation. I've got no accommodation for tomorrow. I think worst case scenario, I'm just going to have to rock up to some random hostel. Yeah, paying cash, and yeah, I might be staying in Pakse when the plan was to go down to 4,000 Islands. Anyway, gonna head to dinner. There's a joint like right next to the hotels. Yeah, I'll see what I get for dinner.
Photo.
Good song. You can Lao? Beer Lao? Beer Lao? No vodka? Just beer Lao.
My photo?
Yeah, beer Lao?